Hey Doug, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. So yeah, it's definitely going in the right direction. A few comments I have. So there's no JPEG or PDF here, so I can't zoom in and all, but I can do a system zoom, but you won't see it on your end. So, all right, State of Hate. I think that's a really catchy title for the infographic. I really do. I'm not sure this image is working. Um, it's a little too complex, really. It takes a second. You gotta kind of look in a little bit, see what's going on. Are they holding torches? What's going on here? It's a group of, and it's just I don't know. I think typographic is a really great way to draw the viewer's attention into an infographic poster. I really do. I think there's plenty of visuals to look at. So that the title area, I would say, you know what, you could try some sort of a typographic composition up here, State of Hate, and be aggressive and be aggressive with it because it's State of Hate. It's a very aggressive statement. It's the word hate is about as aggressive as any other word in the English language. So we can visualize that. Let's show that typographically. Let's show that aggressive nature of the word hate and the aggressive nature of the word state of hate, of the phrase state of hate. Let's do that typographically. I think it'll work beautifully. I really do. Okay, so a couple of issues on proximity and a couple of issues on consistency. So right now we have these typefaces right here that are associated with the infographics. This, and this. There's no reason they shouldn't be the same type size, the same leading, the same kerning, the same values completely. This should all be set the same. Right now this has super tight leading, whereas these have loose leading. The kerning on this is really, this type here is really squished in there. And then this has got a much more air to breathe. So let's try to get some consistency therein. Okay, over here, this doesn't have an infographic, or not that I can tell. As I said, I can do a system zoom, but you won't see this. So hate crimes defined. So yeah, let me zoom back out so you can see where I'm pointing. This needs an infographic associated with it, okay? And then what is a hate group? This needs an infographic too. And I'm not talking about these little icons here. Try to get something, try to get a little bit more variety. This, I think if you used enough icons, let's try to we need an infographic for this text here and this text here. An infographic shouldn't have text without supporting visual. Okay, let me zoom back in. Okay, so laws against hate by state. All right, so down here, the viewer doesn't immediately know that this key is associated with this graphic. So this lower quadrant here, I think, could use some conceptualizing, some reformatting here. The layout here is it's really confusing to the viewer. I think that, so you jump in, there's no infographic here, there's no infographic here. This key is not clear. I think the proximity isn't enough there. It's separated by this headline right here. I would bring this closer in proximity so the viewer can't mistake the fact that this is part of this key. And another thing is, a look at the nation. Laws, states with the most. Oh, I see. Yeah, so there's two graphics here. That's great. That's really good. But let's get this key associated with this. Let's get this associated with this. The reason they're not right now is because the headline is right here for this graphic and the key is above. Sorry if you can't see that. The headline is here and the keys are above. It would be more natural for the keys to be below the graphic and below the headline. Okay, and then over here, this profile of offenders is kind of in no man's land right here. Okay, so you've got the key right here, you've got the graphic right here, but this headline is pushed over a little bit, so it's a little bit too close. I think it's too close to this graphic and too close to this graphic. So you really want to get these, you want there to be any mistake of what headline belongs with what graphic belongs with what text, and what key belongs with what graphic. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything should fit together nicely and it also very consistently. And I say that now because I'm seeing a little bit of difference here in typography for the headline for these two. Okay, this one is left aligned, this one's center aligned, or is that, yeah, that's center aligned. So really want to introduce some consistency here. And then finally, my final comment would be to try to introduce a color to the background. Now look, I understand what you're saying about color. I do, I understand it. It's hate. It's a nasty, horrible topic. And I'm not saying add, primary colors, red, green, and I'm not saying add bright primary colors, red, yellows, and blue, as in and bright, cheery kind of. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying you can add color without taking away the impact of hate, and just be a little subtle on the color. So what I would recommend is like a light tan, or like a light tan-ish yellow for the background. Think about that, something that would be harmonious with that orange right there, but yet again harmonious with this blue. I think that would be your answer for the background. Think about it. All right, so yeah, I think it's coming along beautifully. So you're definitely heading in the right direction, and let's go ahead and work towards that goal. All right, great job. Thank you very much for sharing, Douglas.